The next one should be red, even though like I see where the positioning problem
I
is. 1 second. Oh, see, there's an extra space there. Oh wait. Even though your top header is in position absolute, the tags inside of it don't inherit that attribute. So if you want to layer something on top of itself, it has to be in the absolute, or otherwise it draws itself afterwards. So a center, which takes up the full size, and then the next center, which take up the full size too. And then your left here is totally ignored because you're not in position equals absolute.
Where do I would take that? Under the center?
Yeah, you can
Second
type in
center?
position absolute anywhere in the. Mainly, you'd want to put
Up
it in the
here, though?
second center.
Can I do it up here?
You can do it in the first center, but it doesn't really matter because. Okay. Now your top still does the next line down because you didn't actually set the top.
Oh, I see. Yeah, put the.
Well, you've set the left to 52. If you scroll down a bit.
Yeah. 2%.
Yeah. It doesn't
But
matter.
the left ain't the problem, it's the height.
Yeah, it's the top where it's positioned like it's Y.
The Y? Is that?
The height isn't the problem. The height is the actual height of the layer that the text is in.
Right.
And by default, you don't even need to set the height because it'll show even if it's off the layer. It'll auto set the height for you. But what you got to position is its top, like where it's positioned, like the top, where it is from the top. Like see how it's too far down from the
Yeah.
top?
It's like a layer down. Or
So you got to set the top to where you want it to be.
there you go.
Right?
How come it went twice that way now?
You'll notice that it starts at 52% of the screen over,
Yeah.
but really you want it to start near 0 because it's centered.
Oh, it's under the center tape. Oh, yeah.
It's centered, so it doesn't matter. Like you don't have to start it off at 50%. It's already.
So I don't even need this, like.
You do need to set it to 0 because it might. Well, you can try it without the line. It's one way of. Okay, by default it is.
No. Oh, maybe 25%.
No, what? I see what the problem is. Your center tag. Change the background of this layer. Then you'll actually see it a lot easier. See, it's centered, but it's auto creating the width. Now, change the background color of your first center tag. You'll notice its width is a little different. No, that's not your center tag, that's your top header tag.
Oh, there's no color there.
By default, your background is transparent. Silver screen, so it means whatever you just recently did glitch or is an error. notice the yellow tag goes right across 100%.
Yeah.
So when you don't set the position to absolute, according to our test here,
Yeah.
it'll go 100% of your size. But if you go to absolute, you have to set the width. So on your second layer, second center,
Mhm.
set the width to 100%. So now it's centered right.
Mhm.
Remove the background, the pink one, so that you can see the text underneath it. Oh wait, you got your red text on top of your black text, and it's perfect.
Yeah. No, I got it.
You have to off-center it a pixel or two.
Is that all you do is offset? So
It's not actually called offset, but you can go margin left, capital L. Try 2 pixels. Now you can go margin top.
I want to go margin right.
Okay, I guess there is no margin right, or it doesn't work that way. So go margin left -5. Do you see where your glitch is?
Yep.
So if you want to move it down a bit,
Okay. Margin up and down.
margin top.
Is that? Wait, let's just try.
To make this code look a little smaller, because we'll notice our page is starting, we're going to have to start using the scroll bar. But there's only a couple layers up, so there is something we can do to reduce the number of lines we're using.
Right.
I'll be introducing CSS, cascading style sheets. Basically, all these things here, top, left, width, height, background color, even position, is a style. It's a style attached to the HTML tags. HTML, or markup language, is just really referring to a description of a section of the page, and CSS is actually designing the way that tag looks. So this is saying this code here is the top header, and then all these things are the style. And this here is saying that this code here is centered, and this code here is centered. But I'll show you the CSS format. These are styles, but they're being set in the way JavaScript sets them, using the equal sign. But I'll show you how we can put a lot of this on the same line, or inside the tag. The way normal HTML goes, it's usually style equals, and then inside there you put your styles.
So they go in a certain order? Is that how you know?
There's no order, but I like to call it CSS because if you look online for style, you're not going to find, you can find a whole whack of different things associated with style. But if you look up CSS in particular, you're just going to find cascading style sheets and a whole whack of examples. And I'll show you how you can put this in the tag, just like the HTML way. So I'll go top, 0 pixels. Now I can erase that line.
Right.
So it starts with colon.
And semicolon.
Yeah. So the first.
I think I got this.
Okay, let's see what you can do with the rest.
Do they all stay in these quotations, or do I go outside the
Yeah, it's all inside the quotation marks. The quotation marks are indicating that's the CSS. So that's the name of the CSS property, which is called position, and then now you're setting the value. So you can look up online or through Google CSS position, and you'll find that it has 3 or 4 values: absolute, relative, static, and then its default, which I'm not even sure what it's called.
No, I'm going to use scroll bar that way.
Yeah, you can keep typing, it should auto scroll. You might have a hard time seeing the lines underneath, but
Don't forget something, yeah.
so the CSS format is colon, semicolon, colon, semicolon. Name of property, colon, value of property, semicolon. Now you can erase those lines, and your project still looks and acts the same.
That was it, right? Can't see that.
Background's green and color is black.
Do I need capital or yeah?
No. CSS is it's not case sensitive, so it doesn't really matter. You can use the Canadian version now if you would like.
Is that it?
You actually ended it with a colon instead of a semicolon.
Good eye. No. This. Is the space under?
You're allowed a space between the equal signs, but yeah, okay. So after CSS equals, you can have a space.
Like here?
Yeah, just
Okay.
one space. You're allowed 1 or none spaces, 1 or 0 spaces.